Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Real Estate and Relocations with Roger the Realtor. I'm your host, Roger, and most of you know I'm a 28-year U.S. Air Force combat veteran and someone who has personally taken advantage of the VA home loan guarantee. After decades of PCS moves or permanent changes of stations, 10 to be exact, some temporary housing, and more base housing than any human should probably endure, I've learned how powerful and misunderstood the VA home loan program really is. So today, I'm breaking down what the VA loan is, how it works, how to use it effectively in Delaware and Pennsylvania transactions, and what to watch out for. So, this is to keep you from being blindsided by the fine print. So, ready? Let's jump in. All right. Let's start with the origins of the VA home loan. It was created in 1944 after after World War II as part of the original GI Bill, and it was designed to help World War II veterans transition back into civilian life. Now, the government realized something very important. If you can survive basic training, deployments, and eating MREs that expired during the Clinton administration, you deserve a fair shot at home ownership. The VA loan was built to reward service, stabilize military families, and to protect military servicemen from predatory loans and other scams. Today, it remains one of the strongest benefits we earn in uniform, and I can testify to that. What the home loan guarantee actually is, here's the part that most people kind of misunderstand. The VA does not lend money. They kind of guarantee a portion of the loan, and you can think of the VA as an extremely reliable cosigner. Somebody who never flakes, misses a payment, and doesn't ask to borrow your truck on the weekends as payback. Because the VA backs the loan, the lenders take less risk, so it's a guarantee of that portion. And that means you get better terms, no down payment, no mortgage insurance, and a more flexible credit requirements. They're kind of a little bit more forgiving. As someone who use this benefit throughout my career, I can tell you firsthand, this program is a wealth building machine when used correctly. The benefits of the VA home loan are the big advantages. Let's say first, no down payment, zero down. You can keep your cash for PCS costs, furniture, that smoker grill you've been eyeing. And then next, there's no PMI. Conventional buyers pay mortgage insurance unless they pay 20% down. VA buyers never pay PMI. Third, lower interest rates. VA loans often come with better rates because the government guarantee you're not as risky. Fourth, flexible credit requirements. You don't need to be perfect with your credit, just responsible. And then next, limits on closing costs. The VA restricts what lenders can charge you. Also, you can reuse the benefit. It isn't a one-time deal. I've used it multiple times myself. And seventh, the assumable loans. If rates rise, this becomes a huge selling advantage. Now let's talk requirements. All right. First, service eligibility. You'll need a certificate of service eligibility or a COE. Generally, if you qualify, if you serve 90 days of active duty or wartime, 180 days active duty peacetime, 6 years in the Guard or reserves, or a surviving spouse. Property requirements. The home must be your primary residence. It must be safe and sound and sanitary. And it must pass a VA a VA appraisal inspection. Third, there are financial requirements. Lenders look at credit, income stability, debt to income ratio, and something unique to the VA is called residual income. Residual income is basically the VA saying, after you pay your bills, you can still afford grocery, gas, and occasional DoorDash order. So now the application process. Here's how the process works. Step one, we talked about that certificate of eligibility, the COE. Your lender can pull it for you or you can request it through the VA. Check out va.gov. Step two, choose a VA savvy lender. Not all lenders understand the VA and VA loans. Some experts, some treat loans like assembling IKEA furniture without instructions. Choose someone who does VA loans every day, not once a quarter or once a year. Step three, get pre-approved. This strengthens your offer and sets your budget. Step four, start house hunting. In Delaware and Pennsylvania, VA buyers are extremely competitive. When the offer is structured correctly, you can really look good to a seller. Step five, VA appraisals. This is not a home inspection. It's simply the VA confirming that the home is actually worth the price and meets the safety standards. Step six, underwriting. Underwriting and closing. Once the appraisal clears and underwriting signs off, you're ready to close. The limitations and things to watch for, though, let's talk about it. First, VA appraisal standards. They're stricter than conventional loans. So if the home looks like it survived a mortar attack, it may not pass. That's all to protect you. Second, the funding fee. Most buyers pay a VA funding fee unless they're exempt. Now, it can be rolled into the loan, but it is there. Third, it has to be your primary residence. No investment properties, no in vacation homes, no, I swear I'm going to live there while you're stationed in Germany, but you really live, the house is in, say, southern Delaware. Fourth, seller misconceptions. Some sellers think VA loans are slow or complicated. They're not. And when handled in the right way with the right lender and agent, it's pretty smooth. Fifth, condo approval. If you're buying a condo, it's got to be on the VA approved list. So that's also a protection. How to use the loan effectively? Here's how to get the most out of your benefit. First, work with a VA experienced agent. As a retired combat veteran who's used this benefit myself, I know exactly how to structure VA offers that win, especially in competitive markets like Newcastle, Kent, Chester County, Montgomery County, etc. Second, use your benefit strategically. First-time buyers, zero down is perfect. Moving up, combine VA with seller credits, PCS orders. VA loans are kind of flexible, so they allow for quick moves. Third, don't let anyone tell you VA buyers are weak buyers. With the right team, VA buyers are some of the strongest buyers in the market. And fourth, remember, you've earned this. This is not a handout. This is a thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and signing up for things most civilians would never do, like ruck marching in the rain or eating chili mac MREs or the Jamaican pork chop. But if you're thinking about using your VA loan in Delaware or Pennsylvania, or you want a strategy built around your service, your timeline, your goals, I'm here to help. There are other lenders who are really smart on this. I've walked this path myself, and I know how to help others, and help other service members and retired and veterans do the same thing. But I have to tell you, in closing, this is probably one of the top 3 benefits of my military service, and it ain't 3. So for more questions, hit the like, send me your comments, send me an email if you want to know offline questions. I'm here to help. All right. Enjoy your day. Talk to y'all later.